Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Rachel Freeman Towers Live Show. I am so happy to be here with all of you, and I want to first off start checking in as people start logging on. Make sure to say hello to me as you're logging on through Facebook and YouTube. I have now... That's just the Facebook and YouTube are going to be the ones that are going to be coming on today. So thank you very much if you sat through our last Rachel Freeman Towers live show. That just goes to prove that, nothing is perfect no matter how much you prep for it. And really being able to work through and still have, obviously what brought up this topic tonight was still having faith in myself to hop back on here again after last week. We had a wonderful guest, Jacqueline DeOth of Homeworks, etc. And I'm just was really grateful to have her on the show. She was my first guest. And of course, anything that went wrong could go wrong. So that's just how it is. And we're going to keep moving forward. Hello, Lindsay Hughes. Hello. How are you? How are you doing? I am in Northern California, in Redding, California, and it is smoky here like it is in a lot of California. And there are just a lot of fires. There's just a lot of things that have been going on this year already. And as we all know, I don't want to belabor the point, but that's what brought up the topic tonight is we can have all of the best tools. We can have all of the support. And yet sometimes we need a boost of faith within ourselves and how to bring that out, how to maintain moving forward in business, how to maintain moving forward in life in general, because all of these things are happening. And I've seen so many great ideas on Facebook about how to help boost your mood through movement and meditation and all of those things. And so I wanted to add a little bit of my expertise to the story, because if it just helps one person, it will be totally worth it to me. And that's another reason why I come on here live. A lot of people ask me, how could you go live all the time? How could you be confident to do it? Well, first of all, I don't expect perfection from myself. And second of all, I do it because it's what I love. And I love talking to people and helping them. So that's just how it works for me. So what I'm going to talk about tonight are my 4 top tips. And as we go through these top tips, if you've hung out here with Rachel Freeman Towers, you may have heard some of them before, but I'm going to put a little bit of a spin on some of them. Now, number 1 is something that you have heard from me at least one time if you've hung out here for very long. And if you have done this thing, make sure that you say yes in the comments to it. So the first thing to do is to take 3 deep breaths. All of the time I'm mentioning about how we need to calm down our nervous system in order to engage the prefrontal cortex. So when we're talking about neuroscience, taking the 3 deep breaths is what your body can do to decrease the nerve sensitivities that we're having that cause us anxiety, get us kind of riled up, cause us to be more reactionary. It allows our body to calm down, and it allows us to create calm within the nervous system. So this is the parasympathetic nervous system that's going to tell us, okay, we're all right. And then we can start processing the logic. Now, I'm sure that you've heard breathing does wonders. I'll tell you again, it does, because I've experienced it. I walk my clients through it, and just being able to reduce the nervous system. So the first one is about taking the 3 deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. So make sure if you've done this and it's worked for you, put yes in the comments. If we say, I don't have time, then I ask you to recognize that that's a choice that you're making. It can take less than a minute to 3 minutes, less than that, to take 3 deep breaths and really give yourself an opportunity to think of something differently. All right, so number 2 is this: recalling a successful moment or time. So this isn't just about, oh, just think about when you were successful before and then it changes everything. Well, as we know here, or as you may know already, when you say, I'm going to think positive thoughts, I'm going to think positive thoughts, I'm going to think positive thoughts, we're only using our mind. And what we need to do is engage the body. So as you recall a successful moment or a successful time, or a time when you felt successful, then what you want to do is feel that again in your body. Not just think about it, you want to feel it. Hey, Dana, how are you? And when you feel it in your body, you recall the successful moment or time, even in a greater responsiveness, when you feel what it felt like at that time. So thinking about it can take us back, just like thinking about a negative time can take us back to all of those other emotions. Thinking about a positive time and feeling that time will take you back to the positive emotions and the positive feelings. So I did this actually just the other day. I very much practice what I preach, and I think it's really important to do that. So I was having a really tough time. I'm like, okay, where or when else in your business, when was there a time in your business in which you were successful, which you felt, I'm moving forward. Things are rough, but I'm getting through this. I have a support system, all of those things. So I remembered a specific time. And that time was when I stood on the stage of over 488 people and was successfully delivering a speech. And I thought, if I can do that, I can get back on alive. I can speak to more women. I can do more things. And so that really invigorated and brought up into my body my ability to recall that successful time in a moment. So I'm wondering if any of you can tell me, what moment would you bring up? When you're struggling, what is the moment that you bring up and say, okay, this is what I can remember. I'm going to have my body recall it, and I'm going to use that to propel me forward. I'd love to see what moments you are going to be counting on in those times when you need a boost, and just a little pick-me-up for when things are kind of feeling low, because they will, right? Give me a yes in the comments if you have felt low over the last, let's just say, 6 months, because I can tell you that I have. And that's just being transparent and honest and vulnerable. There's no reason to not admit that, even though you're a therapist or been a therapist for 18 years, or even though, you've been in business for quite some time, there are ups and downs in businesses and in life. And when we have those ups and downs, it's really, really important for us to acknowledge them and move through, because those successes, those abilities to move through are really what's going to engage you to continue to move forward. I've been watching this, the Ultimate Triathlon, and another challenge in the Arctic, and these guys are going through the snow. And I think I mentioned it before. I can't remember the name of the show right now, but they're like, the only thing is I'm not stopping. Like, they just keep going. They're just doing the next pedal stroke, the next footstep, all of those things. They just keep going. And all of them has said at one time or another, if I stop now, I don't finish. And those little things that we do to keep going. And this is part of that equation, recalling those successful moments. All right. So the third one is this. I'm going to show you this. Visualize and feel the desired outcome. So this is very different than the recalling a moment or a time when you felt successful. This is different. And let me share with you how this is different. It's different because we are talking about the outcome that you desire. The outcome that I want from this Rachel Freeman Sowers live show is I want to empower people. Now, that won't always be the same as the way I've done it before, because I've needed to learn some new skills. I've needed to learn to practice. I've needed to learn to just take the risk and put myself out there. So it's not always going to be the same feeling in a different situation. The feeling will shift a little bit. So this is where the visualization and feeling the desired outcome will shift your perspective even further of what you can accomplish and how you can feel and do in your life and in your business. So when I was feeling down, honestly, it was just yesterday, I thought, okay, what do I want? What is my desired outcome? You visualize it. Remember, you're speaking to your reticular activation system, telling it what you are going to be focusing on. When you do that and you visualize it and you increase that feeling of your visualization or the feelings you're having in your visualization in your body, it imprints it. Because remember, our somatic body doesn't forget. So we have the power to imprint this, and then we naturally move towards the desired outcome. Hey, Sally, nice to see you. So as we're moving towards this desired outcome, we're feeling it, we're seeing it in our mind, and that is what we're telling the reticular activation system to focus on. So we've gone 1, 2, and 3, and so far, what I would love to hear from you in the comments is which of the 3 so far that I have shared, these tips, are going to be the ones that you're going to grab a hold of and say, I'm going to shift this so that I can have the things, I guess the things that I want in life. I can be the woman that I want in my life. I can do what I want to do in my life. I can serve more people, all of those things. Let me know in the comments which one of these is you're going to latch onto, because we're going to go to number 4 next. Also, I want to make sure that if you guys aren't already following me over on YouTube at Rachel Freeman Sowers, make sure that you go over there and subscribe. I would really love to see the YouTube channel grow, and the way it grows and the way I get more exposure is through people subscribing and commenting on those videos. So if you're logging on, I see like quite a few people are logging on through Facebook here. Hopefully someone can log on through YouTube and let me know. They've changed their live streaming rules, and so I went over some of those yesterday and today. And so it says it's on YouTube Live, so I'm hoping it is. But anyway, I really want to grow that and really want to grow my reach to other women, and specifically female entrepreneurs and professionals who are wanting to really leverage neuroscience, emotional intelligence, and video in order to grow their businesses. So I'll just ask you that. All right, so are we ready for number 4? Okay, so Dana says visualize. That's awesome. Sally, you're here. Which one of these are you going to utilize? Which one is speaking to you the most? Dana says she does breathing and tapping, and Lindsay says, all right, so are you guys here? Live on YouTube. Lindsay says, Heather, the connection is bad. Yes. I just got kicked off and I'm back. So we're just going to keep moving forward. This is the thing about technology. I love live because this stuff doesn't happen usually on live. like when I'm live in a room. However, this is what we have right now. And with all the rolling blackouts and all the fires and everything we're experiencing, we're just going to keep going. So thank you so much to all of you for the feedback. I really appreciate it. Let me know if I'm coming through, and we'll just keep moving forward. All right. So number 4 is this. This is one you have probably heard me say before. And if you haven't heard me say it before, I want to welcome you to the very first time. And what we really want to do, we've taken the 3 deep breaths, like we've calmed our nervous system. We're recalling a successful moment or a time, and we're really feeling into that, right? So that we can tell our body we're back into success. We have visualized and feel the desired outcome. Remember, it's not just the mind, but we're combining the mind and body. Now we are going to do this. And sometimes when I say this, women really connect with it. And sometimes, or other times, it's like, I don't know what that means. So here it is. You're going to tune back in to the wise one within. Now, I made a deck of Primal Voice Affirmation deck cards a few years ago. And really my whole purpose of that was to be able to have women tune into the wise one that's already within them. So some people call this intuition. Some people call it God, the universe, whatever people call it is fine. The important piece of this is that you're tuning in, because I really do believe all of us, the majority of the time, and I'd say 98% of the time, know the answers. But sometimes the path to finding those answers have been covered up, or it's been weighed down with all of the different things that comes. So let's just take this year. So we have COVID, then we have political, like Black Lives Matters, some of that stuff going on, human stuff going on. And then you're into presidential political election. Now we're into fires that's really affecting our environment. So even today I found when I was in my office, I had to turn on 2 different lights, and it just like, it was dark outside, but it was darker inside. And it really kind of messed with my emotions for a few minutes. Like, no, it's going to be fine. But you know, you're not seeing the blue sky. All of these things are reminders of, if you've been in places where there's been fires close to your house, right now we're experiencing, our body's experiencing another experience, wondering things, right? So we have all of these different things that have been coming up, and maybe you've had unrest within your families due to all of this, or those types of things. And when our path has been covered up with things, we need to clear the path again. And the way that you tune back to the wise one within is that you take a few moments of quiet. Now, some people will say, well, Rachel, my mind races. I can't think. I'm not a good meditator, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. But I want you to pay attention in just those claims of what you're saying that you're not able to do, and instead say what you are able to do. I can take a moment. My best ideas come in the shower. Not really sure why, but I'm not thinking about much. I'm in the shower, washing my hair. Then I get this epiphany, and I literally stick my hand out and write it on a piece of paper so I don't forget. Sometimes they come when I'm outside drinking my coffee in the mornings. These are the moments when you take to tune in and to see yourself again. Now, if this is an uncomfortable process for you, then there's some things or some work that may need to be done there. But the main point of this is that when you tune back to the wise one, tune back into the wise one within you, you will know the answer. And oftentimes when I'm working with people, working with female entrepreneurs, and they're saying things, it almost comes out of the reason why they couldn't do something, because they have a belief about something. And then I had one woman say today, oh, well, there it is. There's my belief about this thing. And we worked on overcoming that belief so that she could do what she wants to do, that she could be the woman that she wants to be in her business and in her life. So let me know what the wise one within you is saying to you right now about how you can boost and maintain your faith in yourself, and then faith in your business, and then faith in the family. Like, it just grows from that exponentially. So let me know in the comments. So, oh, this is an interesting card that came up. I pulled a card, and I don't know where it fits in. But as we read it, it will become clear to us where it does fit in. And I wonder if you all would be willing to share in the comments if it's fitting part of you or part of your life or part of your business right now, and how you are going to boost and maintain your faith in yourself and in your business and in moving forward. So this says the Justice card, and it says, fight for justice and equality, rulings made in your favor, don't give up. Let me go over here. Okay, so that's the card for tonight. And here's the narrative. The angel sent you this card as assurance that the right decision will be made. Well, maybe that's it. You tune into the wise one within you, the right decision for you will be made. It doesn't mean it's easy externally to do things. I was talking to another woman today, and we all have patterned ways of being. I talk about it all the time here on Rachel Freeman's Hours, and other people don't like those changes or those shifts. And sometimes that's the discomfort that they need to own. But you can be rest assured that the right decision will be made. Court cases, settlements, or other issues decided by third parties will be ruled in your favor. Where situations had previously become unfair, Archangel Raguel can help restore balance between the people involved, and you will soon be able to put this challenge behind you. So people involved aren't just other people, but maybe it's the old patterned way of being and your new way of wanting to be that is really in an argument, that's in a tug of war, so to speak. This card also brings a message of empowerment. The situation you find yourself in is partially created by previous choices you made. And therefore, new choices can bring new results if you desire. It is very important to make fair and carefully measured decisions at this time. Kindness and justice must always be extended toward everyone involved. Additional meanings of this card are to seek equality, set aside emotion, do the logical thing, and review legal papers carefully. So as you're looking for ways to renew the faith in yourself, because all of us, especially I believe, well, I'm just going to talk about entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurship is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my whole entire life. And if you feel the same way, put a yes or an amen in the comments, because it's no joke. I'm not looking, or I can't look to see how many people are on here watching me live in order to get excited. I've got to be excited being here all by myself. I can't count on how many followers I have and say, like, if I don't have 500 followers, then I'm not legit. Well, then I'm depending on an external circumstance. And the wise one within me tells me, no, that's not the only measurement in which you can determine success or success at all. I determine my success by how I'm feeling and being in the world. Yes, Sally, I see you. Awesome. So how can this Justice card help empower you to continue to have faith in yourself? I was looking at Facebook and even through emails, some of the emails I get today, and I was like, I can't follow all of these people. It's like, when do I tune back into myself and know what's right for my business? When someone said, don't do YouTube lives, it's going to ruin your channel, or it's going to make your analytics off. Well, this is what I love doing, so I'm doing it. And I'm just going to do it and keep doing it, just like we did True Serum Tuesday, and it's going to grow, and I'm going to work on making it better and better every single time. So what decision do you need to make for yourself in order to continue to have faith in yourself? Let me know in the comments. Because right here in the narrative, it says this card also brings a message of empowerment, that the situation you find yourself in is partially created by the previous choices you made. I mean, like, that's the truth, right? And therefore, new choices can bring new results if you desire. It's the same thing. What is your desired outcome? What do you desire to have instead? Tell me what you desire to have instead. When you want to have faith in yourself, what will you choose to desire? Even though it may feel a certain way, right? We're not asking why all the time. We don't always need to know the why. We just need to know what instead. What do I want instead? And through this, there's going to be times in life when we don't know why things are happening. And that's partially the reason why I advise people not to go on why, trying to figure out what's happening. You may not ever figure it out. You just have to know what direction you're supposed to go in. All right. So thank you very much for sticking with me on here. I hope that you have enjoyed tonight's topic. I hope that you will share this video or let other people know about it so that we can begin to grow this community of really just kick-ass women who are wanting to really show up as themselves, both in their business and their lives, and to do it with just this confidence while leveraging the power of video. So I hope to see you all next week. I cannot wait for my guest this month. I am setting it up as we speak, and it's going to really it's going to be awesome. So thanks all for hanging out tonight. As I always say on every single video, make sure to stay true to yourself, be kind to others, and always, always, always honor the wise one that is within you. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening and stay safe and healthy. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.